Mix 1079, it's Andre Styles. We are back with Tyler and Josh from 21 Pilots in town all this week. Now, did you guys take Friday off just to have a nice day off, you know, and relax a little bit before the two big shows?
When we're on the road, we like to do 3 or 4 shows in a row, and I think it's really for my voice, just trying to give it one day break. So to do 5 in a row,
that'd be stressful.
Like, you know, let's throw one free day in there, and it gives us room to do this thing we're calling Artopia, where fans are bringing in artwork to be shown, and there's going to be this art show that involves our fans that we're really excited about too. So we wanted a day for rest, but also to kind of like showcase other people.
So for those that might have tickets to multiple shows, are the sets going to be changing up for all the shows? Are they going to be the same with different things thrown in there? I mean, what can people expect?
We've worked really hard to try to throw a few changes in there, but logistically, it's just really tough. You know, you rehearse in one venue. Like, we rehearsed for our basement show in Nationwide Arena.
Oh wow!
You know, so just put yourself there. Like how different that rehearsal is going to be from the show. So we're trying to make changes to each set list. They're probably if someone's going all 5, I'm sure that they could see the similarities glaring. But we're really, I think it's less about the individual shows and more about this whole idea of wanting to dedicate an entire week to this city that's kind of given us our start, and coming in and playing, you know, all week long for them is kind of the main theme we're going for.
Nice. All right, so let's talk about some of the music now. I want to go to the video for Stressed Out, which you shot right here in Columbus. You guys did it at, you know, houses you guys grew up in, actually the homes, not using facades or anything else like that. But the thing that I liked, and I want to ask you about, the handshake at the front door. How long did you guys have to practice that? Was that something you guys do all the time? You think you can you repeat it, or do you know it, or is that something that was practiced?
Well, that was actually, I mean, that wasn't just made up for the video. It was kind of like we were just really early on. We were really bored one night on the road, and we kind of came up with that like in a hotel room or something, and then decided to put it in the video too. So it's we still do it, and I don't think I'll ever forget it. Probably. And if I do, then I could just go watch the
relive it by watching the video. So you have like 5 different handshakes now, like all the NBA players do, or anything else like that.
Yeah, I can't do that. That's nuts.
That's hard to remember. Yeah. That is. And then Heavy Dirty Soul with the fire and the sparks and everything else. Like, I mean, were you pretty much engulfed and your drum set in the fire and flames? Yeah,
that was kind of the best part for me, because it was literally like
8
negative.
No, it was 8.
It was 8 degrees that day.
Where was it shot?
Somewhere.
It was in Ohio.
On the outskirts of Columbus.
Okay.
Yeah.
But for some reason we decided to do
Kirkersville.
It. Okay. Yeah.
Kirkersville. In January or whatever, and also not just wear a sleeveless T-shirt. So when the flames came up, I was pretty excited.
Yeah. It was a cold day.
Yeah. Were there multiple? Did they have to do multiple takes of that scene?
Oh my gosh, Josh sat out there in the freezing cold all day long, and I thought we were gonna lose him.
But there was only one take of us blowing up a car.
Yeah.
And I actually almost messed that one up completely.
Oh really?
But it worked. So.
Good. And luckily, no one was injured doing it. Right.
Yeah. So, nobody was hurt.
Yeah. And then for Heathens, obviously it was off the Suicide Squad soundtrack. But did you guys have the song written before the movie was even, you know, in play or in mind? Or did the movie people reach out to the label and say, hey, we would love to have 21 Pilots write a song for the movie? Sort of how was that process?
We got word that they were putting this soundtrack together, and they were interested in us kind of writing something for it. I had a meeting with David Ayer, the director, and he shared a few scenes. And, you know, had some ideas. He's like, I really need, you know, like a twisted love song type thing. I need a shoot 'em up Will Smith is shooting guns type of thing. And, you know, give me a few options. And I wasn't really vibing with any of the options that he threw out. And so I kind of just took on my own narrative, this idea of having not seen the movie, but seen some clips and had the idea, like if I were in this group of people, if I were to bring a friend along, like what conversation would I have in the car on the way over to that meeting? So it kind of took on a life of its own. It's my own narrative, my own twist to it. But I also was completely prepared for them to say thanks, but no thanks to the song. I've never written written a song with a movie in mind. So really, I was just writing a song for the next record, and if they wanted to use it, then that was okay with us. So they sent back that they loved it and wanted to use it, and that was great. So, and I think I went to right after that meeting. We had a tour in Europe, so I had to kind of like write and record that on the road in different green rooms and hotel rooms and stuff. So it was a very like DIY like writing process. So when I think of that song, a lot of people may think of the movie. I think of the green room I was in when I wrote it in Germany somewhere. So,
what's been the weirdest place that you've had to record a song?
I work on the back of the bus. Hotel rooms. Green rooms. The hotel rooms are tough because I'm singing and people are just trying to sleep. So I've actually had guys come up to me and like knock on the door, like and be mad at me.
Yeah.
And I actually have some demos where I kept it in the vocal take where you can hear the guy knocking and then asking me to stop, and I'm saying I'm sorry, and like I'm still rolling, and I keep it in the verse.
You can use that stuff like later in a song, like in background noise or something else. It'd be pretty cool. Do you guys have a favorite cover song that you guys like to do? Or also the other part of that is, have you heard someone cover your song that you're just amazed by?
There's a lot of great covers. We love covers. I think that was one of our philosophies starting out, is that you can't go to a show and play for people who don't know who you are and expect them to enjoy it because they're listening to a bunch of brand new music they've never heard before.
Sure.
So the cover song is a great tool to have in your arsenal, especially starting out. And honestly, it's something we never really kind of grew out of. We've always loved having that in our back pocket. So, I have a running list on my phone. Anytime I hear a song or I'm reminded of a song, I have a potential covers note in my phone where it's like, hey, if we ever get bored one day or want to shake things up, let's try to stab at this. So yeah, there's a lot. I don't know what my favorite one is though.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know if I have a favorite either. But yeah, we've done a bunch, and it is always really fun to play somebody else's song in the set. I don't know why. But yeah, it's always.
I think maybe the Celine Dion cover that we do might be my favorite.
Yeah.
Have you ever had an artist reach out to you after hearing it, or someone like getting video of it and posting it?
We covered My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion, and what's the actress's name?
Kate Winslet.
Yeah. Kate Winslet was at the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously she's the actress in Titanic.
In Titanic, yeah.
I guess rumor has it she hates that song, because she's just over it.
Yeah.
But I had witnesses that told me that when we busted into that cover, she was like full bore, just singing and everything. So that was a good moment for me, knowing that we got Kate Winslet to sing.
Very nice.
Song.
What else is on 21 Pilots' bucket list that you guys haven't been able to do yet? I mean, you guys have traveled the globe. You guys have been on Late Night Talk. You've been on SNL. Do you guys have that bucket list of, we really want to do this in our careers?
That's a good question.
Really comes down to one word. Giraffes. We want to come in, start a show, riding giraffes.
Look, we might be able to make it. And we've got the Columbus Zoo with Jack Hanna.
Right,
I mean,
there.
right? And we can make that call.
Is this thing on?
Yeah.
You guys listening?
Jack, Columbus Zoo. We've got contacts up there. We could try and make that work,
Yeah.
I would say Giraffes is right above Grammy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the obvious next step.
Yeah.
Or what was
kind
that?
Of a silly
what was
question,
that giraffe
honestly,
that was on?
knows.
What was that giraffe that was on Facebook Live for like months and months on end giving birth?
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
you just get that one and ride that out on the stage.
The baby.
Yeah.
You can ride the baby. You're a little smaller.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, that would be the bucket list. We have talked about that for years.
What the
giraffes? Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know if I want it to happen, because then we cross that off.
Then we quit music.
Then we just are done. Yeah.
That's the pinnacle. 40 years down the road, just riding giraffes out on stage.
I feel like if we mention this dream of ours for our entire career, we're gearing up for like the end of our career actually getting to ride a giraffe. I feel like that's what's happening right now.
And then we got to go work at Starbucks.
Yeah, after that, it's all over.
Serving frappuccinos and everything else like that. No, that's not even close. Not even close. Well, you guys won the Grammy. Obviously, we all know that the acceptance speech and dropping the pants and everything else like they're going up on Boxers, which my kids absolutely loved. But they play that over and over. We DVR'd it, and they will rewind it and watch it the whole time. They absolutely loved that. So how far in advance was that planned? I mean, were you guys like, you talked about sitting on the couch years ago saying we're going to do this. Yeah. So was it that weekend you're like, we got to do this?
Well, I think we kind of remembered that conversation because that conversation really did happen. And it was actually, it was kind of before, it was just as Tyler and I were kind of starting to play music together when that initial conversation happened. And then probably about a week before the Grammys, we were like, oh yeah, do you remember we talked about doing this? And we sat down, we were like, we should definitely still do that. But it wasn't until really the day of the Grammys that we kind of decided that we were actually going to do it. And we had conversations with each other, like, should we do this? And then we had
There's a lot of deliberation. On the van ride over, we had some family with us and stuff. And there was a vote, people thinking we should or shouldn't.
Yeah.
So we were definitely on the fence.
Was there a reaction when you guys walked off stage by the producers or anything at all? Like, maybe that wasn't the best idea? Or, were people giving you guys high fives backstage for it?
Afterward, yeah, everyone loved it afterward. Yeah. I think the worst moment was between when we stood up and took our pants off and then walked on stage to give the speech. Because I think that we both, what made it was kind of like explaining why.
Yeah.
Not just kind of like randomly just, hey, let's just do it. So that was kind of the worst moment. But then afterward, I think it was kind of like almost like a sigh of relief. And then afterward, James Corden was super pumped about it. And a couple of people were just like, that was really funny, or that was great, So then I think we felt really relieved.
How long until you got your pants back on?
We went up with our pants in hand. So we actually thought about it. If we were to leave our pants at our seat, we got to then walk backstage and do a bunch of press in our underwear. So
sometimes they walk you around the building to come back to your seat too, and we're like, we don't know where we're going.
They get the seat
if we're going back to our seat,
or
are they just going to sit there the whole Are we going to get them back at all? And so
they're rented. You might not get your money back after renting them or anything else like that.
But it was right. But it was crazy because we decided this that day. We're literally sitting in our seats, kind of figuring out logistics, and we should take our belts and our shoes off just in case we win. And then we were like, well, what do we do with our pants? So then there's all this.
Yeah, there's some plan.
It was stressful,
right?
Yeah. I hope we never win a Grammy again.
Yeah, please.
You got to top that next time, right? Yeah. We're talking with 21 Pilots in town for a tour to Columbus. You guys won the Grammys. You're nominated now for 3 Teen Choice Awards. I saw that just came out, so congratulations on that. Tour to Columbus is pretty much the end of the tour right now. You guys are going to be taking some time off, been working on new music. What can we expect now, after this weekend to hear from you guys or to see from you guys in the future?
Well, we're going to take a break for sure. We're never not working on stuff though, so I'll just, be working on what the future is for us. Just whatever sounds right to us. It's funny, we all have now all these exterior pressures, whether it's our fans or critics or radio or, whatever it is that may have a voice into what should happen next for us. It's great to really just go back to what it was at the beginning, which is just Josh and I asking ourselves the question, what do we like?
Mm-hmm.
What do we wish a song would do? And then just having the guts to do it. And we're going to continue that philosophy into what we create next.
Great. Well, we appreciate you guys stopping by. I know the shows showed out. Everybody looking forward to them. We can't wait to look forward to what you guys have coming out in the future. So you guys are welcome back, of course, anytime. Stop on in. I appreciate it. Tyler and Josh, 21 Pilots, thanks so much, guys.
Yeah, thank you.